Vroom. Skirt.
I am positively horny.
On a scale of 1
I knew you were going to say horny, which is really weird.
On a scale of 1 to cream machine, how excited were you during that movie?
I'm just saying, my pants are irrevocably damaged. They are donezo. Retirement for these guys right here.
Oh, man.
The only impossible mission is to get Tom Cruise to stop running, because
You will never get him to stop.
The guy
Did you not see his hands?
So
You couldn't see his hands at points.
no.
There's
He's chopping that air. I'm glad that they had that in this movie, though, because you need every Mission Impossible movie. You know what? Even any Tom Cruise movie just needs him running.
Extended
like that.
sprint scene.
I was getting kind of disappointed because it took it about an hour and a half for him to start running.
Yeah, but once he did,
once he did.
he was moving.
He wasn't stopping.
That was the fastest I've ever seen, not only just Tom Cruise run, but any human.
He actually, you didn't read that article? He set a land speed record while they were filming that scene. They had to get a special camera just to capture it.
They call up Guinness. Come out. Okay.
They had to get one of those cameras that you use to see hummingbirds' wings flap in order to get him.
I wish that they would have cut in a video of Usain Bolt running and he just fucking passed him.
Like ghost mode on Mario Kart. So that was the best, right? Like,
that might have been the most fun I've had in a movie this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little drunk, but also the movie was insane.
I am drunk with action. Like, it's one of those where I fucking dare someone to try to fight me right now. I will absolutely destroy someone. And I'll use a helicopter to do it.
Yeah, he fucking played bumper carts with the helicopter.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Just everything. That movie did not have there was no time to even go to the bathroom if we wanted to. Like, that movie was moving.
The line at the end was so big because everyone had to pee, but didn't know it because they were so stuck in the action. Like,
the only time I thought that there was a lull was during the time where they kind of switched up the lane when they had Benji had the mask on.
Yeah.
That part kind of had me. Yeah, that part kind of had me like, all right. And then,
but the payoff was so worth it.
Yeah,
right?
The payoff was sweet, and then it got to that. That's when the action was just like you couldn't stop. They didn't stop action at all from that point, because then he started fucking running, and then helicopters got slammed into each other, and
well, heck, okay, starting at the beginning of the movie, the opening scene, or the opening sequence before even the opening credits, it was a good 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and that whole part. I mean, it's I wouldn't say cliche Mission Impossible, but it's the whole trickery, masks, stuff like that, and you're like, boom, we're in a Mission Impossible movie right now.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely the best action, I think, of the series so far. I did enjoy the story more in the last one in Rogue Nation, the whole syndicate thing. I felt was more fleshed out and more. I just felt like the stakes were higher in that one in terms of Ethan's world. I thought it just was more put together than this one, but yeah, the action in this one was easily the best. The action, it was the most creative action, the most consistent action, the most what the hell action I've probably ever seen in a movie. In terms of everything,
I'm trying to remember the beginning. I need to see it again immediately because I can't remember how it started now.
With the book, he opens the book.
Yeah, he opens the book, but what was and then he got someone in the neck with something, and then it went to the theme music, right?
No,
the guy was in the hospital bed, and then they tricked him with
Wolf Blitzer, that was it. Oh my god, that was so perfect.
Yeah, that was good.
Because that goes all the way back to the first one.
Yes.
They did that.
There's tons of masks.
Yeah, they kind of mirrored the first one, but made it way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of mask work in this one, which I like.
And then, that's the thing. Not only mask work, but just trickery.
Yeah.
Because it was did you guys catch when he switched him in the seat with Benji and whatnot? Did you know that was going to be
I didn't.
him, actually? Okay.
Not until they wanted me to know.
I had a feeling that it was going to be him, but I don't know. It was just a lot of switcheroos, a lot of people switching sides, a lot of people have a plan that's not actually what the actual plan is going to be.
I think the beauty of that was they combined the Superman's the bad guy reveal with the we just tricked him reveal at the same time. So it was like double whoa. And I gotta say, like, we had seen 5 of these before coming in. We know the tropes of Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But I'm still fooled every single time. Every time they pull someone's mask off, I'm like, oh, that mask!
Yeah.
Well, and every time it happened in the theater, everyone was like, whoa!
Yeah. That was a fun theater to watch.
Our theater was really fun.
Yeah.
I did feel though that the villain in this one wasn't as. I just felt in the last one that the Lane guy was much more of a stronger villain.
He had this bigger presence.
Yeah, and
and he is the villain in this.
He is, but I just felt like he had much more of a presence in the last one and much more dangerous in the last one.
Well, yeah, he was on the loose. Here he was captive.
And Henry Cavill, his character Walker, like I pretty much knew that he was going to be the bad guy, even though they tried playing him as the good guy. So I just didn't feel it was as big of a thing in this one. But again, it was still, I mean, the movie in terms of, it was probably the most creative action I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh my god.
Just and how practical it was. When he was holding onto the helicopter, I'm like, Jesus, that is cool.
Yeah.
And then when he let go and fell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think you turned your head and looked at me because I freaked out. Like, when he, Oh, because I don't know what it is. In most movies, I am an absolute skeptic, and I'm always thinking like, oh, whatever, that's how they did this effect. Maybe it's because it was practical and it looks so legit.
Yeah.
But every single, I forget that it's like when he fell out of that helicopter, I was like, Tom Cruise is dead now. He's gonna die.
Well, not only the helicopter scene, but the backstory of him jumping across that building and breaking his foot.
Yeah.
Like, that shot is right in the movie. You see him limping off. And
Yeah.
I knew that right when he jumped. I was like, oh, just
That's it.
cringing a little bit.
Yeah, that was with him limping. I'm like, I can't believe they kept that in there because it's
Well, and then right after that, he's running for another 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, mind you,
that's filmed later. Yeah.
What if it wasn't?
Or earlier.
That was actually one shot.
It's one whole shot.
Speaking of one shot, the skydiving one
cool.
shot when they get fucking struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
And then it dropped the sound.
Yeah.
It was so
that was
cool.
amazing.
It was like Star Wars.
It reminded me exactly of that shot from Star Wars.
And then they fucking stole from Avengers with the bomb going off, like how it got quiet right after that.
Well, and another thing, okay, all of these Mission Impossibles, there's like little things that kind of connect them all. But this one felt like a more direct sequel.
Yeah.
Because there was quite a few returning characters.
The same bad guy first time.
Same bad guy. Rebecca Ferguson returning. It just felt like this was a more this almost felt like there could be another one and make it almost this weird trilogy.
Yeah.
Even though there's going to be a lot more in this franchise.
Yeah.
It sucks that fucking Baldwin's dead. That makes me sad.
Yeah, I was really digging him in this.
Yeah.
Until
I liked his character. Jeremy Renner's missing. I don't know where he's at.
I wonder if I was thinking that too. I was like, I wonder if he'll show up eventually.
He's never shown up in movies again. He's missing in Avengers. He's missing in Mission Impossible.
Someone needs to call his ass. Oh my god. I really enjoyed how they brought in Michelle Monaghan again and explained that whole situation.
Yeah.
Which I actually love that. I think that it's that will always get lost in the crazy action of this.
Yeah.
But I love how his whole thing is he had to give her up to save the world, and now he's got to look at her, be happy with this new husband of hers. Like,
and they never really talk about that in the other movies. I mean, they talk about them very briefly not being together, but they never explain why and go into detail about that and bringing her back and giving her closure with like, hey, I'm happy, you did the right thing, we did the right thing, because it was a joint decision between them. It wasn't that he just left her.
And she ended up just fine.
Yep.
That I thought was really cool.
Yep.
I love Benji getting to do some action in this. He gets in a couple fights.
Yeah.
He gets it handed to him, but he gets to be in some fights.
Yeah, he's actually in the fight. Okay, can we go back to that bathroom fight scene?
Oh my god.
That was maybe one of the highlights of I mean, there's action throughout this whole movie, but that fight scene, you think that Henry Cavill, he's towering over these people, and he's just gonna smash them? That, I don't even know who the guy was, the Asian guy that was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He was kicking some ass.
Yeah. And you felt every time like you felt all those punches and kicks.
Oh yeah.
Like, so it was very believable that he was kicking their ass. It wasn't like he was doing backflips and stuff and like kicking him in the head. It was like he kicked Ethan in the ribs and it like slid him across the floor. Like that was a legit fight scene.
There's not many people that can take down Ethan Hunt in a fight, and that guy did it. I thought it was funny too that how they explained the blood on the ground.
Yeah.
Him having a bloody nose. That was pretty funny.
That's another thing. Just there was a little droplets of humor in this movie. I mean, it was action, it was serious, but they did play into hey, this is a lighthearted moment right now.
Yeah.
And you have to have that pressure valve release with because it's so tense the entire way.
Well, that last hour was,
oh my gosh, I was like clenching my fist and all other parts of me. I was like this for like most of the movie. They ramp up tension so much. The score, I think, has a lot to do with that.
Yeah,
they're always on the clock. They did a lot of drums, like with some drums in this that reminded me of Dunkirk, how they use the score to keep you heightened.
One of my favorite parts is when he fell off the helicopter and caught on the payload. It was just like a real quick so they zoom up and he's holding on to it, and it's just like and he's just like hanging yeah.
Oh man, you go to so many movies that you're excited for and you get disappointed.
Like Equalizer last week.
Look at my fucking face.
It was a fun, this was action-packed, fun, great time. It's a fun time at the movies.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I'm going again this weekend. Absolutely. Probably multiple times. Yeah.
Was there anything that you guys didn't care for, or they wish that they expanded a little bit more on, explored a little bit more?
Yeah, I just felt like, for me, I thought the villain was a little weaker than what they've had, especially coming off the last one.
Yeah.
I thought the whole syndicate thing in the last one was super strong, and the story kept me more involved in the last one, even though there was sweet action in the last one. This one had way better action, but a little less of a villain where I cared about. So the story wasn't as fleshed out, I thought, in this one as it was the other ones.
The only complaint I have, I think, is weird, because it also is what makes this movie so amazing to me, is in every other movie you get a big zoomed out view of everything that's going on, right? Mm-hmm. So you go back to Langley and you see some guys looking at screens and they're talking about what's happening. Mm-hmm. This movie is always very close up on Ethan and the team, so you don't get the perspective, which is why you don't get so much background on the bad guy, and you don't really ever know what's going on outside of just what you're looking at. Yeah. And so that had the negative side effect of shrinking the stakes, so to speak, but it had the positive side effect of you're fucking there the whole time. It's
that's what the action brought you in so much. Yeah. It definitely made up for the lack of story with the action, because it really was that, especially that last hour, just non-stop.
Never stopped.
And it flies by.
Yeah. The thing too is when he's in the whole the helicopter thing combined with the Rebecca Ferguson fighting Lane thing, and just kept going back and forth, and it just boom, more action, boom, more action, boom, more action, and then him rolling down that helicopter for
my gosh, yeah. I was wondering how that hook was gonna play in
that was cool, right in his face.
That was rough.
I leaned over to him. I was like, when Henry Cavill he got that stuff poured on his face, and then they revealed what his face looked like. I was like, Superman turned into Two-Face.
Yeah, I think just kind of going on what type of adding to what you guys had said, just it didn't really explore some stuff that in depth. You know, like the broker girl. I didn't really understand her whole deal, or maybe it was just a small part. Hey, this person's dealing with both sides, good and bad. But it didn't really feel like they really explored too much with that character.
The British girl with MI6.
Yeah.
She could have told me to do anything, and I would have done it. I was just like, hey.
You know what she can do? Does anybody want to say it with me?
What?
She can get it. Yeah, this was, and this is a strange comparison, but to compare this to Marvel, this never what again, and it was a thing I complained about a second ago, but I also like it, is this is one mission and that's it. It opens with him getting the mission and it ends as soon as they win the mission. There's no extra teases or anything like that, no connecting to anything bigger, and it's just, here's a mission Ethan Hunt went on, end of story, go home. Like, and I love that.
Yeah, I did like how the whole setup, like, the first couple minutes, some people might think it's all exposition, but no, it's like, hey, this is the mission, this is what you gotta do, this is who you're dealing with, go. And
they get it. It's a lot of talking. You gotta listen to a lot of talking right there at the beginning. But they get that out of the way, and then it's like, go!
No more talking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. This is, I think maybe not since, like, well, Avengers and Black Panther, I think, are the two other movies I can think of that I had high expectations for, and they were then exceeded. This totally just blew my socks off. I have no socks. I'm not going to be able to put on socks.
Zero socks.
No socks. Not a single sock.
That's unfortunate.
Even your socks. I immediately need the next one of these right fucking now.
The thing is, they're going to keep making them.
Oh, hell yeah. This is making a crazy amount of money. And it's going to make even more because I'm going again.
Well, I think it's time to go to bed.